Hi Virgo, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of February 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. And I do want to remind you, as always, this is a general monthly read. So just take what resonates and don't stress over what doesn't. Loving your calm vibes and energy already. Nothing like a Virgo reading. But anyways, I did receive an overall message for you in regards to the subjects of money and career. And the message I received for you, Virgo, was ongoing efforts prove worthy, naturally taking the lead. Ongoing efforts prove worthy, naturally taking the lead. Nice. And so we're going to begin by pulling the overall energies, or focus rather, from the Soul's Journey deck. And then we'll further pull the main part of the reading from the Light Seers Tarot deck. So let's aim on down and pull some cards. Alrighty, let's do some initial shuffling so we can pull the Soul's Journey messages for my lovely calm Virgos for February 2022, money and career. Okay, I'm being told these are the three. There is an underlying focus on your individual health. How healthy do you feel when it comes to your habits, when it comes to your financial status, when it comes to how much you work, the effort you're putting forth? Are you feeling balanced all the meanwhile? Or do you feel as if you are approaching things in an unhealthy manner? An underlying focus on you at times being in denial of how you're approaching things, and at times it not being the most healthy process, okay? But I need to remember all the meanwhile that you owe it to yourself at the end of the day to feel healthy on the path to success. I feel like some of you will be pushed by Spirit in the universe to implement more health routines, like working out, investing your money in taking care of oneself, self-care, those kind of routines. And I do feel like it'll prove worthy all the meanwhile, as you know, you realizing or remembering, being an example throughout the month, that taking care of oneself and prioritizing your health definitely plays a role in your overall success, how much you succeed. Okay, courage, indecision, and balance, absolutely relevant. And we have all three purple. Okay, so purple definitely comes through on my channel as a royalty color, a reminder of how royal you truly are on the path to success, with all the efforts you're putting forth. As well, it's a very spiritual color. So don't be surprised when February ends up being a very spiritually connected month for you, Virgo. All right? Courage. Have courage on the path to success. Have courage when it comes to what you're working towards. Have courage to be honest with oneself in order to improve your process once again, to prioritize oneself, and to remember that what is meant to be will be, to allow for everything to unravel in an effortless manner. It just feels like, once again, going back to the overall message, your ongoing efforts are proving worthy this month, but have courage to take the lead. That's a huge reason why I was drawn back to that message. Have courage to take the lead. And it feels like you naturally will, but it may just take a little bit of extra courage digging for it to feel super confident as you move into this leadership role or continue to embrace it. Okay? Indecision. Ooh, struggle. You're going to feel quite indecisive this month at certain points when it comes to where to invest your money, where to invest your time and resources. For some of you, when it comes to deciding whether or not a job is still working for you, or whether or not to even move into that leadership role, or how to best take advantage of the opportunities at hand. Allow yourself, you might have heavy Libra in your chart, allow for yourself to simplify things for yourself and just break it down. I feel like part of your indecision will come from you being overly analytical throughout the month, truly focusing on trying to break things down and figuring out the equation of things, if that makes sense. And therefore, once you simplify things and just trust your intuition and what you already know, you won't find this indecision coming to be as often. Okay? Balance. Allowing for yourself to balance things out as you move forward, as you make your way through the month of February, given it feels like especially your areas of life are not balanced out at this time. You could find yourself just pouring all of your effort and resources and time into your work, your career, and therefore just aiming for that ultimate stability when it comes to your finances. But to balance things out moving forward will allow for you to feel more empowered, to feel more grounded, a reminder that you're a true earth sign at the end of the day, and you need that balance in order to feel level-headed, in order to feel more put together. Okay, definitely implementing more balance when it comes to the areas of your life and your own routine, maybe even meditating and stuff like that throughout the month, picking up new healthy habits is going to make you feel this sense of ultimate healthiness, and therefore able to produce better quality work all the meanwhile. All right. Alrighty, with those spoken upon, let's pull these 6 cards, the main part of the reading. I just heard don't sweat it, you'll get there. Don't sweat it. Okay. For Virgo. Alright, we have the first half of the spread. What else do we have for Virgo? Good energy. We're going to pull the last 2 right from the top of the deck. Wow, and at least in these 2 columns, the colors do match up. Okay. With the 4 of Wands at the bottom of the deck as well as the 8 of Wands, it's a month of communicating. It's a month of things moving a little bit quicker than you may feel the need to keep up with. You sort of having this vibe, I feel like, throughout the month of I will do it at my own pace. I'll get to it when I need to. You might feel that the feeling in the air is very pressured, or just kind of putting this pressure on your shoulders, on your plate, and it's like, damn, I've proven that I can get this done in the past, and so therefore I will. There's no need to make me do it quicker. You might find that certain timelines or schedules are making you feel pressured as well. But all the meanwhile, you're being reminded of how much there is to celebrate, of how everything's starting to fall into place as the month trickles on. Feeling quite abundant at certain points, but emotional at others. It being a bit confusing to others around you, and it being like, well, you know, I'm just human, right? But just trying to, I feel as if there's going to be a lot of thought throughout the month, a lot of back and forth in your own mind about a certain investment financially, whether to continue with certain financial investments, as well it could be more so to do with a job opportunity. Okay, we're beginning with the Knight of Swords. To start the month, you are on fire, you're running. Some of you, it's the beginning of the month where you need more balance, and you find this instantaneous feeling coming over you to escape, to run to a new world, to leave your work environment if it's just unhealthy in one way, shape, or form. As I look at the health card once again, feeling as if you just need to experience more of the world, but it not feeling like the appropriate time to do so. It just feels like for some of you, you'll also just be running to the train, to the bus, to the car, to the cab, to the plane, however it pertains to you. Whatever form of transportation you will be using this month, it could be multiple. You're running around trying to get things accomplished, trying to meet deadlines, or just be on time in one way, shape, or form. When you wake up late, or you find yourself taking longer to get ready in the morning, or before you make your way to work or to get things accomplished, don't stress it. It just feels like it's a wake-up call that you need more balance once again. Let's clarify this one even further. You're very, very guided to begin the month. Remember, I was saying it's very spiritual. Just remember that with the 7 of Pentacles, in a sort of feisty manner at times, maybe feeling a bit defensive, going after what you deserve, and just putting in that necessary effort, but all the meanwhile wanting to escape for a lot of you. Feeling very overworked and just overthinking things, to say the least. I was just pushed to scratch my head. It feels like you'll be going through a couple moments in this first part of the month where it's a head scratcher, you're confused, you don't get fully what's at hand, and that's not something you're used to, being a Virgo, being a very, very intelligent sign. People will notice you for your intelligence and be like, okay, well, Virgo will get this done, but let's put a little bit more pressure on the situation. And you being like, no, and that's probably part of why you want to run towards something new, or just wanting to travel. It's almost as if this is a wake-up call, a push from the universe to say, well, Virgo, if you're feeling this need to to run, to escape, to travel, whatever the case may be for you, then if you were to sort of balance things out and work a little bit less, and it just feels like with the Six of Swords, you are feeling this instant inclination and drive to sail away from a situation that isn't healthy for you or just isn't enjoyable in one way, shape, or form. Being reminded on a lot of levels that there's more to life than just work. Okay, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. And it feels like as you make your way from this first quarter or first chunk of the month to the middle of the first half, you're feeling quite passionate. You're being reminded and starting to see the wheel move for you, seeing a lot of success take place. And again, going back to the overall message, your ongoing efforts are proving worthy, even if you feel the need to do it in your own way. People being like, okay, well, fine, Virgo's efforts are paying off. Virgo's approach is worthy. You do it your way, and almost in a stubborn kind of approach, and therefore people have to take a step back because you're so successful all the meanwhile. Showing them how it's done is how this is coming through. Being an inspiration all the meanwhile with these candles here, and I feel like you regain a new level of love for your work because of the success that comes into play. People just seeing you and being like, well, damn, and it just relights that motivation to go after what you deserve, to keep moving, to keep plugging away. But again, a need to do it in a balanced manner moving forward, so you don't find yourself ready to erupt or just run away once again. The Moon. Feeling a bit overwhelmed and like you're drowning in your work to wrap up the first half of the month. It feels like it is truly a month where things go up and down, up and down. It might just feel like you're riding this roller coaster instead of just walking your path to success or just running towards it. It just feels like you've been put on this roller coaster by the universe, and it's just a wild ride this month. And so you finish up feeling a bit emotional when it comes to wrapping up this first half of the month, feeling a bit emotional and sort of drowning in your own thoughts and feelings when it comes to what you're trying to decide, figuring this or that out when it comes to, once again, a financial investment or two, whether to stick with one or where to move when it comes to your career. You might be altering your business and therefore it's just reminding you your world is changing, but feeling like it's just a lot to decide and you don't want to decide on the spot. But there's just this feeling for whatever reason that you need to decide sooner rather than later. So therefore, once again, going back to the overall message, the overall explanation of this indecision card, simplify it for yourself. You know what's right for you within. Maybe you need to take a step back, separate yourself and your emotions from the situation, and just look within and decide what you truly, truly need or what you feel is right for you, not how others feel about it, okay? Once again, being reminded that things are happening for you. It just feels like you're attracting in these opportunities because you're not afraid to continuously work, or put in that effort, or just, I heard slave away, all right? With the Ace of Pentacles is definitely a new, fresh start within your money and career in one way, shape, or form that you've earned. And if people don't see that, then they're looking at you with closed eyes, okay? Ace of Cups. It's a beginning to the second half of the month where you're feeling truly abundant, when you're feeling like you're starting fresh, but your cup is overflowing. It's almost as if you feel like it's a bit easier to approach things in a balanced manner. You feel as if you are starting to see how things are meant to proceed a little bit more, starting to recognize the pros, the benefits of completion, and prioritizing your happiness all the meanwhile. It feels like whatever this new fresh start for you within your finances or your career, or both, is for you, even if it makes you feel a bit indecisive, a bit confused, a bit jumbled in the brain, you're going to recognize how happy it's going to make you when the beginning of the second half of the month starts. The Page of Cups, you just being so ready to start anew, to start from the beginning. But it feels like you almost aren't, in a sense, because of all you've gained and learned, acquired along the way when it comes to the career choices up until now as well. You know, what you've invested in financially. Feeling like you're viewed as a very, very wise soul at this point in the month, or just the month in general, but being pushed to, you're going to be feeling overly serious to begin the second half of the month, but you're going to feel as if there's this push to charge towards what you deserve in an abundant manner, because you know it's going to make you feel this level of abundance overflowing, and to just plan for it in your own way. Just don't feel as if you have to please others with whatever choice or choices you're making at this time. We're moving on to the Three of Wands for the middle of the second half of the month. All right, and this is for, we got the Nine of Swords, bear with me. I feel as if energy will truly affect you in the middle of the second half of the month, so just be aware of that, especially if you're empathic. But it does feel like you're very stressed at this point, feeling ready to go, feeling ready to change things up, switch things up, throw things up in the air and just see things work out for you in a different manner. Ready to utilize the passion that's just building up within you. But all the meanwhile, it just feels like you're not sleeping well enough. Or you could be getting downloads in your dreams when it comes to where you're meant to move, or the success of this future endeavor that you're beginning or embarking upon when it comes to your money and career. With the Hierophant, a level of change that's taking place moving forward that's inevitable, that you feel within your bones is meant to propel you forward towards a new level of success. Okay? With the Hanged Man, to finish up the month in this spread, if the Six of Cups coming out to clarify it, you gain a level of flashbacks coming to be. The Spirit and the Universe will make you remember your past choices, maybe even the beginning of a job that you're pushing forward with, or the beginning of a financial investment being aligned with the Moon and the Ace of Pentacles in the world. Feeling as if these memories can be so overwhelming. It may be hard to catch your breath to finish up the month, and that could have a lot to do with your spiritual connection at this point, but also just being pushed to remember these things to make the best out of what's ahead. It feels like for a lot of you, this Ace of Pentacles moment is offered in the month of February, but is going to be taken advantage of and embarked upon in the following month or two, right, in March or April. But allow for yourself to have courage to adjust your perspective on your past. It feels like you don't have the healthiest view on what you've been through, and to understand, a push to remember every little thing happens for a reason. All right, a push to adjust your perspective on a leadership role if that pertains to you, to have courage to step into that role, and you'll understand and see how naturally it just happens for you. It feels like a month where, again, you're proving that your way is worthy, and all the meanwhile being a leader in several different ways. Okay, people are just impressed, to say the least. Let's pull one more before we wrap this up. The Ace of Swords, that's two aces, one aligned with the other. It's the end of the month where you wrap things up, and keywording, and you're pushed to put a sword in old habits, old thought processes, even old memories, gaining a level of clarity and closure, I want to say, so that you can move forward with more courage and just accomplish what you need to take charge and prove to people even more so that you know what you're doing. All right, let's wrap this up by pulling a small Making Magic card for Virgo. Protection. Strong protective magic for the family and the home. And so you're reminded that you're being protected all the meanwhile, given it is a very spiritually connected month for you, when embarking upon new opportunities, or just deciding in one way, shape, or form. And we'll finish off with this one. We have Abracadabra with wings, fantastic good fortune and lucky chances. Boom. All right, luck is on your side. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I hope you have the most amazing February, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Virgo.